combination in 19 when Vlad finished just shy, losing in the finals.
I'm sorry, isn't this the kind of stuff people want to see at home run derbies? We've been waiting for this to happen. All right, and don't worry, he's fine, okay? He walked it off. He's okay.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and while it's been a roller coaster first half for Blue Jay fans, we may have just got our signature moment last night. So let's have Bar Down's very own Jordan Cicali react to what happened.
Oh! He didn't do it! He didn't do it, Chet! He didn't do it! Vladdy wins, ladies and gentlemen! Vladdy wins!
Unfortunate for her boyfriend, who was a Cubbies fan. And yes, Vladdy avenges his finals loss in 2019, despite hitting 19 less total homers than his breakout performance 4 years ago. But this time around, Vladdy paced himself and came out clutch, cranking out a Derby record 25 bombs in the final round to knock off Randy Arozarena for the title, and making some history along the way, as he joins his Hall of Fame dad to be the first ever father-son duo to win the trophy. Vladdy was just 8 years old when his dad won the Derby in 2007. He said he doesn't remember much about that moment, but he is very proud to share the accomplishment. And while his dad was not in attendance last night, his Twitter timeline showed you just how excited he was for his son. While Vladdy Jr. plays under the Dominican flag, he was born in Montreal during his dad's playing days, making him the second Canadian-born player to ever win the Derby, joining Justin Morneau of the Twins, who became the first to do so in 2008. And Jays fans are hoping this performance could be the catalyst to a big second half, as their slugging first baseman had just 13 homers in the first half, with only 3 of those coming at home. While his overall numbers have been decent, he's on pace for just 23 homers on the season, which would be easily his fewest since the COVID-shortened year in 2020. The MLB All-Star festivities wrap up tonight with the 93rd annual Midsummer Classic. Although Shohei Ohtani will not be on the mound for this one, he will be the starting DH and there are plenty of stars to go around. Now this year, no Blue Jays were voted into the starting lineup, but that doesn't mean they won't be well represented. Vladdy Jr., Bo Bichette, and Whit Merrifield will make up the position player contingent. Kevin Gausman was also selected but declined to go to the game. However, in a nice twist of fate, Marco Monterio's Jordan Romano got the call as an injury replacement. It will be the second consecutive All-Star appearance for the Canadian. Toronto's 5 All-Stars are impressive, but not in the same stratosphere as the league best Braves, who have 8 players in Seattle tonight. That's the most they've sent in franchise history and ties the National League record. The Rangers were the last team to have 8 All-Stars back in 2012. There will also be some Canadian history tonight, as Robbie Thompson will manage the NL squad as a reward for reaching the World Series last year. He'll become the first Canadian to ever manage an All-Star team, less than a year after becoming the first Canadian to ever manage a World Series. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
It's been almost a month since Denver won its first NBA title in franchise history, but the offseason has not lacked any entertainment value. Many of the Nuggets even came out to see some of their young draft picks in Sin City, which DeAndre Jordan had a pretty simple explanation for.
I promised them that I would come see them play, so I didn't want to be a liar.
That's literally me with anything that I do. The guilt would eat me alive. I can't be a liar. I just gotta do it. During the season, Jordan and fellow veteran Jeff Green were almost inseparable. But after Green signed with the Rockets, that relationship might be in question.
What are you going to do without Jeff?
I'll actually probably be more productive and get a lot of things done. But he's a traitor. I don't like him anymore. I took his name out of my phone, so it's just a number. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Obviously, he's just kidding around, but that's the kind of spite I live for. Then we got LeBron coaching his son Bryce's team at the Nike Peach Jam. And despite still recovering from his foot injury, LeBron was pretty animated on the sidelines. Need a timeout. Damn, can you imagine being coached by LeBron James? Look, call the shots. They are cute. The ref is like, okay. The sideline warning. Oh my God, look clipboard. Listen, Lanita sub. I appreciate the helicopter fathering in this scenario. He's so extra. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this guy to actually be coaching the NBA. You think he's gonna do it? He's prepping now. This is very entertaining. With sportsmanship, he's got it. Jeremiah Masoli's season is officially over. On Saturday, Masoli returned to the field a year after suffering a broken bone in his leg from the Riders due to a dirty hit from Garrett Marino. And in the second quarter on Saturday, he left the game on crutches after a non-contact injury. Yesterday, we found out the 34-year-old will need season-ending surgery, which is a heartbreaking result. When Masoli signed in Ottawa during their spending spree in 2022, he was signed as the answer at QB, but unfortunate and unpredictable injuries have limited him to just 5 starts and 2 touchdown passes for the Red Blacks. In his absence, 3 quarterbacks took meaningful snaps last season, and another 3 this season. Tyree Adams was supposed to be the guy after Masoli, but he tore his ACL in week 4 against the Elks. That led to Dustin Crum coming in against Hamilton, and he filled in admirably, throwing 149 yards and rushing for 91 and a touchdown. Is Crum the future in Ottawa with Masoli out? He'll operate as a starter for the time being, but it's hard to say right now if he's the answer. Crum came to the CFL after a summer in KC as an undrafted free agent in 2022, and hasn't started in a game since December 21st, 2021, while he was in college at Kent State. The Red Blacks also announced the addition of 2 other QBs to their roster, in Tyrell Pigram and Jake Dunaway, who could compete for snaps this season as well. We just want to wish Masoli a speedy recovery and hope he gets well soon. We got some potentially big news from the world of F1, as Daniel Ricciardo apparently has a new home. According to reports, the Drive to Survive star, and he is a star, will be replacing Nick de Vries at AlphaTauri effective immediately, and be behind the wheel in Hungary in less than 2 weeks. I seem to remember our F1 girlie Deepa Prasad mentioning this last week, so we gotta give her credit for that prediction. And as you can imagine, the memes have been coming in fast and furious since the report surfaced. Replacing de Vries with Daniel Ricciardo.
By 44 seconds, the Centura comes to a halt. Kurt Luby bodily removed from the car, and
oh my god, poor de Vries. If the news is confirmed, you can catch Daniel Ricciardo with his new team on Sunday, July 23rd, as we've got the race for you 9 a.m. Eastern on TSN. That's all for today. We'll see you right back at around 3 Eastern, now Pacific. Have a good one.